Hi everybody, welcome to Friday's TNT, and just up front like to thank Scott D and his family for their hospitality last night. Met with them during their trip to Phuket as they spent a few days. Sorry the weather wasn't a little bit better for you, and I think they're off to Khon Kaen today to visit his wife's family, but great to meet your family. Thank you very much for your hospitality down at Wee Cafe in Chalong, and appreciate you taking the trouble to catch up with me here in Phuket. Now, tomorrow we've got a live program from 9 a.m. Thai time. Chance for you and me to get together with one of these, and we can talk about anything that's on your mind. It's free. Anybody can be involved. So that's from 9 a.m. Thai time here on the TNT channel. Now, I could go through, as we usually do, some of the media relating to what's been happening in the Thai political spectrum over the past 24 hours. I started reading it and it just is so confusing at the moment. I mean, usually you sort of have number one happen, then we move on to number two, then number three, then number four happens. But the situation now is that there are so many things happening. One of them, for example, is that constitutional experts are saying, well, you know the way that they didn't allow Peter to re-nominate as a prime ministerial candidate? Well, that might be unconstitutional, and you can take that to the Constitutional Court. So the Move Forward Party are actually looking at approaching the Constitutional Court to say that the joint parliament vote on Wednesday was unconstitutional and that Peter should have had a chance. The whole thing is getting very, very messy. Mostly for the Per Thai Party. Now, the Per Thai Party, who have been around since, under different names, since the early 2000s, and they've won every election since the start of this century. And sometimes they've been thrown out by political coups. So we're in a situation now where the Per Thai Party will try and form a government in Thailand, because the Move Forward Party are just not palatable to those 250 unelected senators. The problem for the Per Thai Party is that they've got, a prime ministerial candidate. They've got Pattongtarn Shinawatra. They've also got this real estate tycoon, Srettha Thavisin, who they want to nominate as the prime ministerial candidate. But to put together a government, they're either going to have to keep the Move Forward Party, part of that 8-party coalition, as a coalition partner. But the Senate are very likely to say, well, no, we don't like the Move Forward Party, so any coalition that you have with them in it, we're not going to vote for. Oh, okay, well, so Per Thai Party will then say, well, we'll kick the Move Forward Party out and we'll bring in some of our former political adversaries. It might be Pumjai Thai, it could be Palang Pracharat. I think they'd probably have to get them both on board as part of this coalition. Now, these are people who politically they've been fighting tooth and nail with ever since the 2019 election. Now, the Per Thai voters wouldn't like that. The Move Forward Party voters, of course, would be very distressed if they're kicked out of the coalition. So it's a complete no-win situation for Per Thai as they move forward to the next round of voting, which will be next Thursday. And then between now and then, well, we've got to face what might happen out on the streets. And the PatiaNews.com reporting that Thai student groups urge Thais to rise and fight to uphold democracy. And the following are statements from various Thai student groups urging Thais to rise and fight, and their opinions are entirely their own, notes TPN Media. And this is a statement, an official joint statement by 3 student unions. It's a call to all Thai people to rise and fight through every means possible to uphold democracy. Now, I just thought I'd read out this second paragraph in their statement. It says, however, today marks yet another shameful day in Thailand's already tumultuous and chaotic history. It's once again a moment when members of the Senate have obstructed the progress of democracy in this country. Simultaneously, it's another instance where the Constitutional Court has played a role in the destruction of the political landscape of Thailand, reflecting a recurring image of unstable democracy in Thailand after the coup d'etat in 2006. This cycle of political turmoil has inflicted deep wounds in the hearts of the people who have repeatedly exercised their right to vote. It seems that the principles of constitutionalism and democracy in this country do not truly exist. That's a part of a statement from 3 student unions, which I think is really just the start of a groundswell of new protests here in Thailand. NationThailand.com reporting that Thailand braces for mass protests after parliamentary coup against PETA. And PETA and the Move Forward supporters have already announced schedules for more rallies. And I read these out more as a warning of places to perhaps avoid rather than necessarily advertising the protests. And Kasetsart University students will call for senators to resign during a rally at their Bangkok main campus from 5 p.m. today. And on Sunday, an anti-coup activist will lead a rally at the Patamwan Square. His group plans to march between MBK Shopping Mall, Siam Square and Central World to protest dictatorship. I suppose they can pick up a few bargains while they're in the area. So suffice to say, we're in for a very unstable week of Thai politics leading up to the next round of votes, and that'll happen next Thursday. Another joint sitting between the 500 MPs and I think it's about 249 senators. One's resigned. Oh well, sorry, there's another MP who's out, which is PETA, who is currently in Chiang Mai having a rest with his family. I think you could probably say a well-deserved rest after a tumultuous 2 months since the May 14 election. I really can't predict what's going to happen, not that I should. I don't know what's going to happen next Thursday. There are so many different things that could happen. As I said, Thai are really now in the driving seat, but they've got very few situations which would be palatable to either them or the electorate to form the next government. Now, I should thank our 5-Star Marine for their ongoing support of the program. Now, there's a link in the description. Sean keeps on changing what the actual promotion is, but there's a link in the description for some sort of discount for TNT viewers. So a big thanks to 5-Star Marine. It's the Friday TNT, just reminding you that tomorrow morning from 9 a.m. Thai time, we'll be spending an hour together where you can ask questions, we can go through whatever's on your mind, we can try and unravel the week in Thai politics, or you might want to talk about visas, or retiring in Thailand, or health insurance. I mean, whatever you want to talk about, it's open slather for an hour. Anybody can join in, so you just jump into the comments section and it's live, and I'll be able to read your questions or comments and react, and hopefully I might have something useful to say. That's tomorrow at 9 a.m. Thai time. Let's check out some other news today, and we go to ABC News. And Thai cave survivor reunites with rescuer at high school graduation 5 years later. And 5 years ago, Adul Samon was rescued from a cave along with his 11 Thai soccer teammates and their coach. Now he's graduating from an American high school and is reunited with one of his rescuers. So yeah, 5 years ago this month, those boys ventured into the cave. They couldn't get out because the cave's flooded, and it was a very risky procedure to get them out, but by some miracle, all 13 emerged. And the story recounts that meanwhile thousands of people from around the world gathered to help find the soccer team, including Rick Stanton, a volunteer from an elite British diving team. 9 days after the boys became trapped, Stanton found the soccer team. He was one of 2 British divers that chanced on the boys, and luckily one of them spoke fairly good English, and his name was Adul Samon. And speaking about the moment they were discovered, Adul said, "I didn't know what I should say or what I was supposed to say. I'm just happy that finally people found us." And there they are. That's Rick Stanton, probably in the weeks after the cave rescue, all the boys looking fine and well after their ordeal inside the cave. And now, with a full scholarship, Adul began studying at the master's school outside of New York City in 2020, becoming captain of the school's soccer team. And on graduation day, Adul's rescuer Stanton was in attendance, giving the commencement address and on stage with Adul when he received his diploma. There's the two there with matching ties. Both of them are very happy to be reunited on this occasion. And Stanton said, "I'm very proud of the fact that I was partly responsible for his life in a way, and to see him make the most of the opportunities he's had." And Adul saying, "We have to keep adjusting to the environment where you're in order to survive. You have to keep adapting your life." And down the bottom there, "This is just incredible. It is this miracle. I never thought I would come this far and I'd be sitting here in the United States." So a good story there and a happy outcome after the sad news earlier this year of one of the Mupar football team dying at a school in the United Kingdom. Our next story now from BangkokPost.com. 15 million foreign tourists arrive by mid-year. They love counting these foreign tourists, don't they? And Thailand has welcomed 15 million international arrivals within the first 7 months of this year, according to a deputy government spokesperson. And Ms. Rashada said school summer breaks in Northern Hemisphere countries have contributed to the increasing number of international tourists. And the TAT has pushed its new tourism campaign, Amazing Thailand Health and Wellness, New Chapters, New Experience. Interested to know if you're ever confronted or if you ever see these campaigns from the TAT. I mean, I know I show them from time to time by going to YouTube and showing them to you, but do you see them on your TV stations? Do you see them in ad breaks? Do you see them as part of the publications that you wade through? I mean, are you aware of the Amazing Thailand Health and Wellness, New Chapters, New Experience campaign? If you did see it, did you suddenly go, "Oh yes, I'd like to go to Thailand because of that"? So I'd be interested to know if any of you actually see these campaigns. I haven't. The story goes on saying that apart from being a well-known destination for tourists after COVID-19, Thailand's become a popular location for filmmaking this year. Apparently 246 productions from 32 countries have used Thailand as a filming location in the first half of this year. And the Thailand Film Office says that 143 foreign films were shot in Thailand in the same period last year. So it looks like more people coming to Thailand now to shoot their films. And the United States is reported to have spent the most on filmmaking. 519 million baht was spent on 14 projects. China made 17 films here. Hong Kong made 11. United Kingdom, they made 19 films, and Germany made 11 projects. So we'll certainly keep an eye out when we see some of these films when they hit the screens and see if we can recognise any of the locations. But good to see foreigners coming here, not only for tourism, but to use it for films. I think the last time I saw Thailand in a film, I was watching it on Netflix a month ago, was one of the Fast and Furious films, I think number 9. And the whole first third of the movie was shot in Krabi. And finally, from BangkokPost.com, Thailand accounts for 79% of ASEAN EV sales. And Chinese automakers dominated Southeast Asia's fast-growing electric vehicle market, selling 3 out of every 4 EVs in the first quarter. And Thailand, the main regional auto manufacturing hub, is driving the transition, with the country accounting for almost 79% of all EVs sold in Southeast Asia in the first quarter this year. The story says that the country has offered incentives to consumers and subsidies to automakers to build more EVs locally. That's attracted a wave of investment by Chinese car makers in local manufacturing, including Great Wall Motors and BYD, which stands for Build Your Dreams. The story says by 2030, Thailand aims to have EVs account for 30% of its annual production of 2.5 million vehicles. And these last two paragraphs, with Chinese EV offerings expanding, Counterpoint said the share of EVs as a percentage of total vehicle sales in Southeast Asia could reach 6% by the end of 2023. So still, as much as we see many of them around these days, the EVs still account for less than 6% of total vehicle sales. And then the last paragraph, Indonesia, Thailand and Malaysia are the largest auto markets in the region, and Counterpoint included those markets plus Vietnam, Philippines, Singapore and Myanmar in its analysis of EV sales in the region. So plenty of people in Thailand interested in buying an EV for their next car, and it looks like there's plenty of investment in EV manufacturing and battery manufacturing here in Thailand. And here endeth today's coverage of what's happening. A bit of a quick look at some of the latest Thai news over the last 24 hours. Tomorrow we've got our live program from 9 till 10 a.m. And then on Sunday, of course, we've got Grumpy Old Men with Steve. And just a big thank you once again to Scott D and his family for their hospitality last night. Great to see you. For the rest of you, have a fantastic Friday. We look forward to seeing you live tomorrow morning.